today I'm sharing a IMALA stamps haul, and I'm also going to make a project at the end. So I've got 8 new stamps to share with you. The first one is this crackle background, weathered wood, northern lights, oh darling, leaves, which you can just see how big those are, autumn leaves, this is one of my favourites, be awesome, and the sentiment with this one says, I'm not here to be average, I'm here to be awesome. And finally, this one I have been after for such a long time, I kept missing out on it. This is the tree with the book. So that looks excellent. I love it. It's one of my most favourite, and like I said, I've missed out on it so many times. So now I have it. And now I am going to make my project and share that with you. What I've done first off is cut a piece of watercolour cardstock. So these are big A3 sheets that I've got, so I've just cut that down to size. I'm going to use the crackle and the leaf stamps, and I've brought down some inks, so I'm going to use the archival fern green and sepia, and I've also got these colour splurge, so I actually picked these up with boot sale, but they've never been used. In fact, that one's still in its wrapper. So we've got these orangey colours and sort of brown tones and the greens. First of all, I am going to stamp the crackle onto the watercolour cardstock with the fern green archival ink. You can see that it's not quite perfect, it's broken up, which I know sounds a bit weird because it's a crackle stamp, but you can see it's slightly patchy in the middle there, but I'm not going to go over it again because for what I want, that's perfect. What I do want to do is extend it to the other edge of the card. That's going to be fine as it is. Next, I've got the leaves stamp set up on my press to impress, and I'm going to use the sepia archival ink. Now, I'm not really worried about getting the middle of this at the moment, so it's just the edges. Obviously I'm not going to be able to just do the edges because of the way the stamp is, but I'm just going to try and pick up the edges and not too much of the centres of the leaves. And then I'm going to take the colour splurge inks. I'm going to go in with the orange, or oranges and yellows first. I am going to take the sepia archival ink off this. It shouldn't transfer to my ink, but just in case it does. I'm not worrying about how much ink I put on initially because I can always go back in and add some more. And I know it's going to come out in exactly the right place, obviously, because of the stamping platform. Let's see, that's not too bad. I'm going to add a bit more of the oranges and yellows. I'm going to try and add a bit more orange. I think probably a touch more orange won't do any harm though. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Next I'm going to fussy cut the leaf out, so I'm going to trim this bit off because I can use that again for something. I've cut along the leaves there because they are on the stamp. You'll see that they're joined up, but I wanted to make sure that I could overlap them, so I can just manipulate that. And I think I'm probably going to just move that one there. I just want to overlap them a bit so they're a bit closer together. But what I'm going to do before I stick those down is colour them in, and I'm going to use the Kuretake real brush pens. I've got a sheet of acetate paper here, a sheet of acetate, and some water and a brush, and I've chosen these colours pens. So I've got green, bright yellow, orange, scarlet red, mustard, yellow and beige. I'm going to scribble the colour onto the acetate and then use the brush to paint the leaves. I've got this page that I've already done in my journal, and I think it looks quite brown, but it's actually quite bright. It's got like a pinkish centre and the edge is yellow and orange. I've got a splash of green down here, and I'm going to use the crackle stamp just to create a bit of interest in the background. So I'm not going to bother putting it onto an acrylic block. I'm just going to use my fingers, and I'm going to use the fern green again. I haven't taken that right to the edge because I want to leave this really bright corner, and I'm going to use the leaves stamp and some sepia archival to add some more background stamping. Next bit has been done, and the only thing I don't like about this is the bright green on the end there. Yeah, just picked the wrong green really for that. So I'm going to cover that bit with the sentiment or the quote, which I'm going to decide on now. I decided that I wanted to write the quote around the edge, so I've snipped that bit off so I can drag this back because I don't want that bright green on here. And I am now going around the edge of the leaf, which I've just stuck down with some Dovecraft glue, just to give it a bit of a shadow. This is the mustard in the Kuretake. I thought I might just go around these ones as well, just roughly. I'm going to call that finished. And the quote says, "And we fall one by one, but together we sure danced with the sun." I'm just trying to find out who the quote is by, because I found it on the internet, but I can't read clearly who said it. So if I find out, I will add that on. But for now, that's it, finished. Here's a still of my finished journal page. I would love to know which IMALA stamp you liked the best. Thank you so much for watching. Please do leave me a thumbs up, and until next time, cheerio.